Hi, good day to you, Taurus. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. Meenakshi here. So I'm introducing something a little different in my readings. I'm introducing runes. They have a Nordic history, a Nordic background, but traces of it has been found in other countries like Turkey, Iran, and even in India. So it's part of our DNA. So I'm just going to be taking advantage of this knowledge and using it in my readings going forward. Okay, I've got my eyes closed. I'm going to just reach in here for 3 stones. Well, I actually made these stones myself. These are not the most easiest things to find. Okay, your 3 stones. Okay, and I'm also going to be using tarot, so don't be oopsie. Let me put my cards properly here. Okay, let's put my cards properly. So this is for your Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. Always just take what resonates with it and with you, your situation, and never force the reading to fit. And if it's not resonating with you, that's quite okay. You know, and those of you that are cross-reading, thank you so much. Thank you for your likes, your follows, your shares. Okay, let's see what's going on here for you. Okay, 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords. The High Priestess, the 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Tower, King of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. So I'm going to sit back here and have a good look at these cards. Give me a second as I process all of this and see for myself what is it that is going on here. So you are having situations of, I would say, it's almost like how you are interacting with people right now. Your family situations, your relationships with people, that is very important. Even your individuality right now, the way you're cooperating is very important right now. The way you are seeing these things is very important right now. We see that you do have to face certain situations that is very difficult, and maybe even has been situations that have become difficult over time, where you feel quite hardened by them. But you need to also realize that it's a lot of introspection that you need to have. You know, it's important that you realize that you need to have some introspection with your challenges. You need to also have some clarity and realize that sometimes you just need to stand still in a period of waiting for change to happen. It's not always about rushing off into things, but also realizing that there are some times when you just need to stand still and let the future unfold for you instead of you rushing to a conclusion for yourself. Interesting cards here, very interesting cards here for you, and also you needing to realize that there are some restrictions and you might be facing some conflict within yourself, within your situation, and you need to have the willpower to move forward with these things that you are facing, and so that you can have a better outcome in your life and in your situations. Some of you are going through a situation right now where there is a lot of happiness, a lot of domestic bliss, emotional stability. There's a lot of domestic harmony for you. Everything is really in a very good place. And we see this being in your recent past. But there's also a situation of betrayal here. So we see that some of you are facing these situations where there has been almost a need to survive, to improve yourself, but also to realize that it's all because of a certain level of bitterness that you've had. You've exhausted yourself. You may be putting in a lot of time into a situation and you're feeling quite victimized, quite betrayed. Some of you could be feeling as though your situations are at a dead end. It's like as though you're facing ruin or failure. So you need to be mindful of what is going on. Never do things that's going to make you feel, how should I say, blighted. So yeah, we have this unconscious intuition that is here with you. And it's almost as you're really needing to listen to your inner voice. You're really needing to listen to your higher power. You're really needing to look at where you are placing your trust. Some of you could also be feeling very betrayed with the relationship that you've invested your time and effort in. And there's a lot of betrayal because there's a lot of attraction in this situation. So you need to be aware of what is going on here for you. We see that as you're moving forward with your situations, that you are realizing that you do have a lot of clarity with regards to things that, where you thought you were very facing challenges. A little bit of introspection is giving you the clarity that you need. It's giving you the inspiration that you need, the new ideas, but you need to concentrate on yourself and allow yourself to come forth with this wisdom to unfold. You need to allow this to happen. You cannot force yourself to be somewhere where you're not ready to be, but you cannot also cause yourself to stay stuck in a situation that is not going to work out for you. So you need to also realize that you cannot be feeling insecure about your possessions, about your stuff, and be very mindful of hoarding things and becoming stingy with things. It's very easy to become like that. But sometimes a person feels that they need to hold on to what is theirs for stability. But be very mindful that, there are boundaries, and there's also the need to be generous as well. You need to create that balance for yourself. And in some instances, some of you might also be facing situations where you could be dealing with situations that are going to require your mental agility, that is going to require you to be vigilant and alert. Also be very mindful to drama, negativity, gossiping that is going on. So be very mindful of the situation that you are getting yourself involved in. There's a lot that is happening, a lot of positives that you are facing, but there's also a lot of challenges that you are facing. And we see that here with the Tower card. It's really quite a traumatic upheaval for some of you. It could be a totally unexpected and sudden change that is coming towards you. Could be making some of you feel a little bit chaotic at the moment. But you do need to understand that through chaos we can encounter change. And it's important that you also realize for yourself that you need to let this change happen for yourself, for your situation. And you need to realize that you need to be very practical in how you are creating change for yourself and how you are moving forward. You need to also realize that you do have a lot of abundance, security, and prosperity in your life. And you could have somebody you yourself could be a strong provider, or you could be having somebody else who's a very strong provider. And there's a lot of prosperity and abundance that is coming to you. And you see that it's almost like an unexpected situation that is coming towards you. And, it could be a situation that is coming, and there's a lot of love and a lot of interesting new opportunities that are coming towards you. And it's like almost like this change that's coming towards you is almost like something that is an idealistic wish for some of you. And it's actually quite nice. It's quite graceful, it's quite charming, and it's quite wonderful. Even could be somebody new that's coming into your space that brings this change towards you. So this is quite interesting, Taurus. So Taurus, let's draw some more cards and see what more does the tarot have to say for you in the situation. Okay. Okay, let's see, what was this here? We've got the Seven of Wands, Justice, Libra energy, the Magician in reverse, Three of Cups, Five of Wands in reverse, Seven of Cups, the Star in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, and the Moon, Pisces energy here in reverse as well. So here we go with another complication. Taurus, why are you bringing in all these complications in your situations? So you see, there has been something that has happened that has left you feeling very defeated, and maybe a situation that has made you given up in yourself or your situations around you. Could even be in your relationship. and you're feeling as though you need to just give in. And you could be in a situation where you are constantly just giving in, just for the sake of peace or just to let things carry on. However, and this is kind of like a unfair situation. Because some of you could be dealing with a situation where there's dishonesty and unfairness and corruption, and there's like some kind of a situation where either yourself or somebody else is avoiding accountability. And you need to look, if it's yourself, then maybe you need to step up and take more responsibility instead of just being a defeatist, Taurus. Rather take that step and stand up for what you believe in instead of just being a defeatist. We see there's a lot of manipulation in your situation. And this manipulation is causing you to waste your talents and yourself and your time and getting caught up in unnecessary illusion. But if you can just stand up for yourself with regards to these changes that are needing to happen, with regards to where you are in your life right now, you can realize that there's a lot more that you can do, that you can prosper with, and not stay. It's like, you need the cooperation, you need the friendship, but you also need to be yourself. You need to be an individual in your situation. So it's important that you do realize this where you act right now and not get stuck in things. Very important energy here. Yes, there's importance in friendship, and you need to realize that you do have wonderful friendships that you can rely on. There's a lot of situations that you can rely on here and that you can trust. But you also need to be very honest with yourself as well, that you are not getting caught up in unnecessary dramas with people. You need to realize that you can put an end to conflict, by realizing that cooperation is needed. Like we're saying, instead of having this passive role, you're realizing that a more intimate involvement is required from yourself, where you need to create harmony and you need to create peace and you need to avoid conflict. You need to look at this whole situation of, there's a difference between being a passive in a situation or creating a truce and creating peace and doing all of that. So a very proactive role is required of you moving forward, Taurus. We see this. We see that some of you, could be caught up with a little bit of searching for purpose right now in your life and in your situations, but be very mindful of not giving up your search because of fantasies and getting caught up with wishful thinking and getting caught up with daydreaming about how you think things. So even though you can have this collaboration, it is important for you to realize that there has to be some changes that has to happen. Some of you could be facing a situation where there's a little bit of despair. Maybe you just lack faith in yourself and you're feeling quite despondent right now. And you need to find this vision for yourself. You need to find this hope for yourself. Realize that, there has been a certain level of immaturity, and it's maybe from a place of insecurity. You've been behaving in a certain, oh gosh, my words are getting all tangled up. You've been maybe being a little immature because of behaving in a childish manner towards certain situations, and you need to realize that more maturity is required. And in the way that you are facing situations, or some of you might be dealing with somebody who you feel is a very immature person. It might be an Aquarius person or even a Pisces person that you think is a very immature person that you are dealing with. Some of you could be feeling insecure with this Libra person where there isn't this justice in the situation. So you need to be very mindful of what you are getting involved in and how your situations are unfolding. So a lot of things that are happening, but there's also you needing to realize that there is this anxiety within yourself because of this deception in maybe a love situation. And you're really needing to realize that you need clarity, you need understanding. You can't allow yourself to be getting involved in situations that doesn't give you the clarity and understanding that you need. A lot of this conflict can be avoided if you are fair in your communication and you are fair in your reasoning and you are fair in sitting and listening to the other person's point of view instead of just wanting to have what you want the way that you want it. So, Taurus, the other thing that I've done as well while I've been thinking about what more to handle is, In my spare time I crochet as well, so I made this little baggie, and then I decided to make little initials to throw in this bag because I had no idea what I was going to do with this little bag. And I'm going to pull out some initials here, and we're going to see who does this apply to. What is this applying to? Okay, we're seeing the letter X coming up here. We see the letter I coming, may or may not be in your space, just for somebody who may need some confirmation. Y. We see the letter B. So it could be, you could have the situation with this person or not. Okay, this is what came up. 3 came up here. We're seeing the letter C. We're seeing the letter Q. We're seeing the letter H. So some situations here that are unfolding for some of you with persons, the letter C, the letter Q, the letter I, letter B, letter H, letter Y, letter X. So it may or may not be, maybe your initials, maybe their initials, could be, could not be, but the reading is not based on these initials or not. This is just an added extra something in case it applies to some of you out there. So please take care, Taurus, and just calm yourself down as you're moving forward. So take care till next time. Goodbye.